Christmas! I need an outfit. Come and make a smock dress with me. Now, I have thrifted this bed sheet. Oh, hang on, let me show you the inside. Oh, it's inside out as well. It's got candy caney stuff on the inside and little elves on the outside. I thought I would turn it into a smock dress. Hang on, let me turn it the right way round so that you can see like the full effect of the candy cane. It's a double and it was £4. £4! That's a bargain, right? I think, right, I'm wondering, 2024 plan, should I just make all my clothes out of bed sheets? Because it's so much cheaper, even to buy it new, that I feel like that's a cheaper way to buy fabric. Okay, so we've got the little upside down elves. Are they all upside down? Ho ho. And the candy cane. Oh, and I've got 2 pillowcases as well. So the pattern that I'm going to be using is the Honeydew Smock dress pattern, which is like a little tiered number with a V-neck. I'll pop a picture here and I'll pop a link down below as well. I talked about it in one of my previous videos. It was in the Etsy sale, and so I just had to grab it. I had to. The pattern itself looks really, really easy. I think I'm going to make this up in a matter of hours, maybe 2 hours, I would say. But firstly, I'm already very over gathering from all the collars that I've been making because they've all had ruffles on them. Love a ruffle, don't love gathering. So already I'm tired of gathering. So the tiers are going to be interesting. The tiers may well be actual tiers. The other thing is that there's no darts in the bodice. So I'm wondering whether it's going to be like a cool, funky fit, like just a loose flowy, or whether I'm going to feel like I'm wearing a sack. We'll find out. The cat has come to say hi. Say hi, Lemony. I should probably mention that I am wearing this outfit for the annual karaoke, which is carols and karaoke, but not quite singing carols. It's also Christmas music as well. Last year I did Mariah Carey. Have you hurt your ear? I think he's hurt himself. Poor little bushkins. Some people pay to have their cats groomed. I don't have that sort of money. No. He's like, don't speak to me. I have just looked at the pattern that I printed out and stuck together, and it looks to me like somebody has been sleeping on it. Lemony. Menace animal. Should we get some cutting done? Let's go. So because I've got this red, but I've also got this as well, I think I will do a row of one of the tiers in this, and then 2 tiers and the bodice in the red. And actually, I think there's a ruffle on the sleeve as well. Ruffle in this. I'm going to cut both and then I'm going to see how I feel about it, whether I feel like it's a bit too much. I mean, obviously, I'm always too much, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we have 2 sleeves. We've got the bodice front and back, and then I've got a lining of the bodice front and back. These are the 3 tiers in order as well. I'm just questioning why this middle one is so much thicker. I think all 3 of them are different size, different thicknesses. Yeah, they are. all about. Is that gonna, and they don't even go, so that's the first one, that's medium, that's thick, and then that's, oh, unless this is supposed to be a ruffle instead of a tier, maybe, but if I'm gathering it, well, that'll be interesting. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I'm a bit worried that this isn't going to sit nicely because it's too thick. Well, I suppose I'll only know once I get it all done, won't I? Right, let's start sewing. Step 1, sew along the top edge of the shoulders. Step 2, put the lining and the bodice right sides together and sew around the neck. Step 3, turn it all inside out, give it the most epic press of your lifetime and top stitch around the neck. Step, can't remember what number we're on, sew along the side edges. Right, this is an extra large and it only just fits over the old boobs. Woo. But other than that, fits okay. Obviously I've got a t-shirt on underneath, wouldn't normally have that, but yeah. So I'm on to the sleeves. I need to do a gathering stitch from here to here and then gather it up and then pop it into the sleeve hole. Ta-da! One bodice complete. Had a bit of trouble with the sleeves. I'm going to tell you all about that in a bit. But for now, I'm going to get on with all the ruffles and all the layers and start gathering. Ooh. Right, just going to give the whole thing a press and then we'll try it on. It's ever so short. I tell you what, I am in love. It's so much fun, isn't it? And for a night out, yeah, it's a little bit short, but I'm going to be wearing tights underneath it, so absolutely fine. Just got to remember not to have too many drinks and not to get too typically Philly, and then I'll be absolutely fine. I do think the pattern, the instructions were really super simple. They were straightforward. The only thing I will say is the sleeves. The sleeves were a bit of a deal. So where you had to gather it, it didn't say how much to gather it by. And then when I tried to put them in, it wasn't enough. So I took them out, gathered it a little bit more, still wasn't enough, gathered it a little bit more. So I would say that the sleeves are a little bit too big, as in they've got too much volume. If they had a bit less volume and you gathered it all together as well, then they would sit really nicely. But as it is, you can kind of see where I've had to sort of bodge it in. But to be honest, it's an old bed sheet and I'm going down the pub to do karaoke. It's not exactly, this isn't dinner wear attire, so it's fun, it's playful, and I'll learn the lesson for next time because I'm definitely making some more of these. They're brilliant. I didn't think that the green panel was going to work, but I think it really offsets it nicely. Let me know if you agree, or if you think that, well, by the time you've seen this video, I'll have already worn it out of the pub, and I imagine other people will have already told me what they think of it as well. So I do very much appreciate your opinions, especially if I'm going to be making another one, which will, and I do it in contrasting fabrics, whether that middle panel should have a different colour. I think in this it looks really playful, and from a £4 bed sheet, I mean, thank you to whoever donated it. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So on the whole, honeydew smock dress for fit. Oh, that was another thing. The sizing. So this is an extra large, and it just fits around the bust. Just. I'd be really upset if I had to make an extra large, but maybe that's me. The extra large only just fits around my bust, and I'm normally like a size 12 to 14 UK, and the length. So I've seen the Etsy reviews that a couple of people have put extra tiers on the bottom, so that's something that you could do if you wanted to. But sizing is the only thing that I would say is like, oh, do your measurements, ladies, do your measurements. So after that, on the whole, I would say 8 out of 10 for a beginner's pattern. 8 out of 10 because it's got some really straightforward instructions that you can follow really easily. There's a couple of tiny tweaks that I've had to do that only I would know to do because I've sewed before, but on the whole, 8 out of 10. If you fancy making one of these bad boys, check the link below. Right, that's it from me. I better go warm up my vocal cords, ready for karaoke, or karaoke as it's being marketed at. And I will see you very soon. Bye! Right, that's it from me. I better go warm up my vocal Right, that's it from me. I better go warm up my vocal cords. Why do I keep saying it wrong?